Just after 10:30 on a Friday night on 3AW, it is time for Nigel from Nigel's Animal Rescue. How's it going?
Going very well, Simon. G'day, Phil.
Yeah, great to see you, mate.
You too,
After a long absence, we have not seen you for ages, so where the hell have you been?
I've been all over the place, actually. Over the Christmas period, I made it up into the Alpine National Park for a bit of a breakaway, but it didn't turn out to be a bit of a break, unfortunately. It was more of a break on my car.
Axle trouble, huh?
Axle trouble it was. I broke both of my axles up in the high country and on the back of the car, which meant I only had two front wheels that turned, and they didn't really want to get any grip on the tracks as I was going uphill. So we winched for 8 hours to get 4.5 kilometres.
Good fun.
And we're winching ourselves deeper and deeper into trouble, so I decided we better turn around and go back down the hill that we winched up the next day, and found some people who were wonderful. The people out there in the bush, the four-wheel drivers, I must say, they're just magnificent people, because they towed me for over an hour to get me back out onto a two-wheel drive road.
But you do the same for them?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
this is where we all get around together and help each other out.
Did you see much roadkill up there?
Yes, so I've checked a few wombats on the way through, a few kangaroos. I did see a snake going across the road just outside of the Cola area, which I missed, but the fella behind me didn't. And so I had to go turn around and go back and finish him off, unfortunately.
Oh,
it's a bit
that's
sad. But I will say I did get to see 4 greater gliders in their natural environment. They're in the trees at night time, and I was able to spotlight them, which was just fantastic seeing the greater glider.
Excuse my ignorance, is that a bird or is it a possum?
It's neither of those. Have you ever heard of the little sugar gliders?
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is a bigger version. This is Victoria's largest glider.
Is it like a bat?
No, they're like a possum, but they have a membrane between their front and their back legs, and they leap off the trees, and they actually glide and fly between trees.
I think I've seen them in Hillsville Sanctuary.
Yes, quite possibly. They're a nocturnal animal.
I know I have random odd thoughts, but it's a sugar glider, but it's a big one. They should have called it a sugar daddy.
Well, yes, there you go. Well,
they're worse than my jokes.
Yeah,
Now, I believe you want to plug some of the wildlife refuges.
Yes. Now, well, with the bushfires that are happening at the moment, as we all know, the bad fires that we had back in 2009, there was a lot of money pouring into some of the major charities out there. I was heavily involved in a lot of different situations, and I know that a lot of the money didn't get passed over to the small independent carers out there. We've got hundreds of people that dedicate their lives to looking after animals, and they do it out of their own back pocket. They get no funding whatsoever. So if people would like to get a pen and paper, I'll be giving out some numbers and some names later on, and you can write them down. And I'd like to be able to help these smaller people. There's one lady on Facebook today, I'll put a post up saying that I'm going to be talking about this tonight, and she's gone out and bought $700 worth of medical supplies in preparation for some of the animals that will be coming out of the bushfires.
Not that we want to bag the big ones, but the fact is a lot of the larger charities, I guess, and this isn't just animal things, this is right across the charity situation. They have overheads because they require office space, they have staff who need to be employed, administration stuff. There are these individuals out there who just in their backyards and they're with a network of friends who, as you say, just don't get any help or funding whatsoever, and they do get forgotten because it's just too easy to go, look, something terrible's happened, I'll whip out the credit card and I'll give $50 to a larger charity. But these little ones do such important work.
They do. They are the people that really do the hard yards. I mean, when you've got a baby possum in or a baby wombat in, it's feeding them, some of them, on the hour, every hour, 24 feeds a day. It is really dedication, and I mean, I've seen it over the years.
And it's also with these large organisations, people leave the money in their will and everything, and these smaller ones miss out totally.
And they're the people that really do the hard work.
And there's so many of them, aren't there? These small unsung heroes.
There are. Well, they're the ones that do the hard yards, as I say. These larger groups, they don't care for the actual wildlife, where rehabilitation, where you've got an animal that's come in, you're going to be keeping it for a couple of weeks or a couple of months or even 12 months at times. And, there's a lot of work, a lot of expenses increases in vet bills. Now, there's a lot of great vets out there that do help out some of these wildlife shelters.
Sure.
But I've got a list of numbers here and people that I've worked with, some of them for over 25 years now, and I trust them, and I know that any money that goes to these people will then be passed on to the smaller people that all network all together.
Would you like to name them?
Right, well, we'll start off with Help for Wildlife. Denise, I've had her in here before with us.
Dedicated, yeah.
So the phone number for Help for Wildlife is, that is actually Victoria's only 24-hour call service, as there was another group out there that have cut their lines. But Help for Wildlife is 0417 380 687. So that's based in the Diamond, in the Yarra Valley area.
Could you put these contact numbers up on your Facebook?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm typing them on it. I'm typing them on ours as Nigel speaks.
Terrific. Now we've got Badger Wildlife, which is based up in the Ballarat area, that are dealing with all the fires. They haven't got into the fires as of yet, but they will be there very shortly.
What's this one? Badger.
Badger, they're called. Donna is the lady there that runs that. Now, her number is 0427 681 501.
Yeah.
Then we've got down in the Gippsland area, Colleen Wood. Now, she was the lady that looked after Sam the koala from the 09 bushfires. Now, she had 101 koalas in her care. And her organisation is called the Southern Ash Wildlife Shelter, or SAWS for short.
Yes.
Now, her number is 0429 653 583. And, of course, there's always myself, and I've got a lot of people that I deal with, the small independents, that I would love to be able to hand over, $500 here and money to different people to, as I say, to help them out.
So give us your contact number again as well.
Oh, my number is 0427 533 083.
Yeah.
We're also looking for any aviaries that people may have in their backyards that aren't being used, or small cages, because very shortly, over the next couple of weeks, we're going to have a lot of animals going to be coming in, and I know quite a few people that are short on aviaries. So if anybody's got an aviary, or know of anybody that has an aviary in their backyard, it's not being used, well, give me a ring and we can organise to have it picked up and then put to good use.
Now, what's your website again?
My website is www.animalrescue.com.au, and I have a Facebook page there, Nigel's Animal Rescue, or Nigel Williamson, where I put up little videos of my daily rescues that I do around Melbourne. Are you
doing anything this year with Simon Cowell in Britain?
Right, no, probably not. He's pretty busy travelling all sorts of parts of around the world, and showing people what wonderful work is going on. We have the same problems as they have all over the world.
You should have your own TV show yourself with all these rescues.
I've been saying that for years.
No, but you should.
A matter of trying to find a good producer.
Phil's been saying the same thing about himself for years.
I know, but let's turn the spotlight on Nigel. In fact,
I'm the only one happy with radio. What's that? Sorry, I was just saying I'm the only one who's just happy to be here on radio.
Yes, you're right. Now, Nigel, here's Noel at Aspendale Gardens. Hi, Noel.
Hi, Phil. Okay, Simon.
Hey, did you get the CD I sent you?
Yeah, mate, but I've got a letter coming back on explaining to you, Phil. And I'll get you to read it and then you can reply to it.
Okay, you can always give it away if you had it already, Noel.
Oh, well, you read me note, mate. I'm sending it in to you.
Okay, now here's Nigel.
G'day, Noel.
G'day, Nigel. I rang you, mate, prior to Christmas, before Christmas, and I offered you a couple of cages, real good cages, Nigel.
Oh, terrific, Noel.
And you said you were going to pick me up sometime and pick them up for me. There's two of them, Nigel.
Yeah, I've got to get back to my diary from last year. I do remember that. I've been flat out since I've been back in Melbourne.
Yeah, they're around about 50 centimetres by, 60 centimetres by 60 centimetres square.
Right.
They're quite good ones,
they're good for little baby possums. I just had a woman tonight where I dropped a possum off to her just before I've come in, and I was talking about this, and she was after small little cages, little bird aviaries and things, which are ideal for little young possums. I think she's got about 25 babies in at the moment.
That's the ideal, Nigel.
So, no, I will certainly follow up on that.
Do you want my phone number, Nigel?
Probably not on air.
No.
We'll give it to Ken off air.
Yeah, give it to Ken off air, and I'll get in touch with you tomorrow.
Good on you, Nigel.
Terrific. Thanks, Noel.
Good on you, mate.
I think I know someone with an Avery. I think she'd love to give it to you. Our friend Jen Brown, who was on board my train from Murdoch to Mornington, you know, wife of Jim Brown from Healthy, Wealthy and Wise.
Princess Street?
No, she is in...
from down there.
No, she's in Vermont. But if she still has her Avery, I know she'd love to give it to you, and I'll talk to her about it.
Yeah, no, fantastic.
Now, anything else you're appealing for at the moment?
Well, at this stage, I've put myself on call to head out to Portland with any luck, or up to Ballarat, or wherever the fires are. The groups know that I'm available. Are
you in the CFA yourself?
Well, no, I'm not in the CFA. I don't have time to sort of join those organisations.
Right. Because generally, when the CFA are required, there is also wildlife, usually, when these things happen.
There is. We're not allowed into any of the areas as of yet, until it's all been cleared by the DSC. And there's a lot of protocols that we've got to go through before we're allowed out there. But I'm sure that within the next couple of weeks I'll be off all over the place.
Because you did a massive stint last year before, a couple of years ago now, with the koalas.
Yes, I did.
Oh, yeah, after Black Saturday.
Yeah, after Black Saturday. I spent 10 weeks going to Gippsland, out to Whittlesea every day, one side to the other, and just climbing the trees. And I think I was getting up to about 160 foot up to the tops of the trees to bring the koalas down, and so they could be rehabilitated and looked after.
Yeah, great. Did you see the story of the snake clinging to the outside of a plane? That was on the news tonight.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Have
you got the grab there from the breakfast show this morning? What's the story, Ken? It was on a plane going from where to where, and the
and did it have a ticket?
Was it a frequent flyer? The snake was actually photographed from inside the plane, clinging to one of the engines.
It was a python that somehow managed to get itself onto the outside of the plane, I think in Cairns, somewhere far north Queensland, on a flight going to Papua New Guinea. And sure enough, the passengers are looking out the window, and they're clinging to the wing 30,000 feet up. Is this python?
And it survived, despite the altitude and how cold it would have been up there. Amazing.
Oh, that is amazing.
And so when they landed, they rescued the python, obviously, and relocated it.
Awesome. What a great story.
Obviously,
I'll have to Google that.
Obviously want to move to a warmer climate.
Yeah. Well, talking about snakes, I went for a drive this evening out to Emerald to go look for a snake. I was down in Burwood at the time, and so I get out to Emerald. I'm searching through all the grass, and the fella's been standing out there for an hour as he's been waiting for me to get there. And I've searched through, couldn't find it. I've jumped the fence, and then I've parted a bit of grass, and I saw it where it was, and I said to the fellow, I think I'll grab this guy with my hands. And he sort of looked at me, and I knew it was a blue-tongued lizard.
Oh, fabulous.
So doesn't that happen so often?
It does happen often, so I've jumped in with my hands, and he's a bit freaking out, and no, it's only a blue-tongued lizard.
How time flies, do you know?
Would have been funny if it bit you.
Yeah, well, he almost did, actually. That's on my Facebook if anybody would like to have a look at that.
Do they spit, do they, lizards?
Oh, they don't spit, but the blue tongues do have a very strong mouth on them. If you get them on your fingers, I haven't been bitten since I was about an 8-year-old by a blue tongue.
Iguanas can turn ugly too. You'll see them on my Ecuador video. They can turn very nasty if they're
well, the bigger the lizard, the bigger the bite, that's for sure.
It comes from recognition.
Listen, how time flies. It's only 3 months now until I've had little Tweety for 4 years already. Can you believe it?
I can't believe time has gone that quick.
He and Matt, they're the loves of my life, you know that.
And I must say to everybody, whenever I go over and visit Phil, when I do it unannounced, he never knows when I'm going to turn up. I always go out to the back, and in Tweety's cage he has his fresh bottle brush. He's got his soup, as Phil calls it, which is his lorikeet mixture.
He's got honey.
He's got his honey. He's got his raisin bread in there.
He's got grevillea.
Yeah, and he also keeps grevillea out in a bucket by his front door.
Yeah, he gets gum leaves as well.
It has to be the best loved bird. He's got everything that he ever wants.
It eats better than Phil does.
Yes, he does.
Wouldn't I be a catch for some woman out there if I treat my animals like this? Don't you think there's someone out there who'd love to be pampered and spoiled?
I'm sure there's women out there who'd love to be locked in a cage with budgie food,
or even better, with me. Hey, Nigel, thanks for coming in. Just repeat your website and your phone number again for Nigel's Animal Rescue.
My website is animalrescue.com.au, which is a very easy one, and my number is 0427 533 083, and if anybody wants any of those other numbers that I gave out earlier on, please ring me at any time, and I'll guarantee any monies that are donated will go directly to the care of our wildlife here in Victoria.
I've asked for that.
Precious.
Not only money, but goods as well, maybe, and food for the animals.
And I posted them on our Facebook page. It's already been seen by 66 people, so that's a good thing.
Terrific. And all these charities obviously have got tax deductible.
Happy New Year. We'll see you 2 weeks from tonight.
Will do. Thanks, boys.
A new